Yo! What's up, y'all? Welcome. This is PYS 3 Day 2 Blitz Summer Cup. Welcome, everybody. TK Ominous, good to have you all in here. Just getting myself set up. But yeah, we're here for the second to last qualifier. Things are starting to heat up now. Points are starting to matter a lot. The scoring is only increasing and increasing in terms of point values. This is what we are going to be looking at for today. Or Prove Your Skill 3, day number 2. So 4,600 points for the winning team here for the groups that we will be watching, and 2,300 for second. So that's a 2,300 point difference between the two teams. That's pretty big. Very important to come out on top today. Of course, only 5 groups today, so only 5 teams will be able to get first place. But as you can see, even this day is worth more points than the entirety of PYS 1 combined, like both days. So it's getting more and more important to execute properly here and to not make any more major mistakes, losing sets that you shouldn't be losing. So that's going to be the scoring for today. Welcome to everyone else turning up, by the way. Good to have you all in here. In terms of leaderboard position, I haven't actually checked on the clans right now. Yesterday's shenanigans, there are a couple teams that won that hadn't won before. It doesn't look like they got put into top 8 yet. Okay, so this is what top 8 is currently looking like. So if we go to top 8, we've got Origin, Leverage, Joker, Ponda, and Reggie, who've all had perfect PYS wins so far. They have not dropped a single day. So those 5 teams are looking pretty good as of right now. Evany only lost 1 day. They're down 1,000 points, but not bad. Jaja and Dinos. Dinos having 13.6k. Jaja with 14.6k. Let's move on to the next group. So 13.6 is 8th place, and 9th place is 12.9. So 7 Rats is right behind them. They're only about 600 points difference, so things could absolutely change today. Who knows? Nox in 10th, they had a big win yesterday for their group, which was super nice for them. Neps, Zaza, 404, Donda, Hated, and VB are rounding out your top 16. And then 16th place is VB with 6,600 points. And then 6,200 is VIDT. So it looks like teams are pretty close here. There's 2 teams with 6,200, 5,700. Yeah, things are starting to get really big now. So super exciting to see how the competition will continue to unfold. Also, I just saw something there. Otis with the 37th month for his subscription. That is insane, Otis. Thank you, man, for the sub. 37 months is easily the longest sub that I have active right now, and I am incredibly impressed by that. Thank you so much, Otis. Very kind of you. Thank you so much. Also, welcome everyone else who's turning up right now. Ambrose, Tiny Pickle, Nivitz Knats, I don't know how to pronounce that, but Nivix Nats. Good to have you. Turtle, Jim, welcome to the stream all. So yeah, that is the clan leaderboard position. And then moving on to the brackets for today, I'll start up at the top, I suppose. We've got Origin hated Evany and VB. This is significant. Evany, a top 8 team, Origin top 8 team, top 1 team right now in the same group. So that's going to be big. If Evany can pull off an upset, that would be really huge. It would really help Evany secure their top 8, because right now they're looking good right now, but they're definitely like other teams that are contesting it for sure. Group 2, Joker, the only top 8 team in their group, although we see some of the others that are in top 16 that are still fighting for it. And Q, who I believe was just outside of it. And 7Rat, 7Clip, Honda Nap. So Honda the only top 8 team in this group, so they're going to have a good day today. Group 4, Reggie, VADTE, Nox, and Zaza. This would be a huge win for Nox. They need more points right now because they are, at the moment, not in top 8, but they're definitely a team that I think is good enough to make top 8. So if they could get a win over Reggie today, that would be big. This group is going to be streamed by Rose AFK. If you don't know Rose is a streamer from the Asia server, a competitive player from the Asia server, I should say, who's been streaming Asia and NA. So if you would like to check out this group, you can watch Rose's stream, which I don't have linked, but if you search up Rose X AFK on YouTube, you'll find it. You could probably also find it in-game as well. Maybe we'll take a look at that. And then also Leverage, Rival, Dinos, Donda. This is the group that we will be following. I don't know who we're spectating. I've already got my invite, so I'm probably just going to go ahead and accept that, and we'll see who we're watching. But this is the group that we'll be watching today. Some solid teams. Leverage and Dinos should be pretty competitive, so hope to see those two teams play. Rival and Donda, haven't watched them yet. I mean, I haven't watched Leverage either, but, you know, that's just what I expect. Anyway, let's just open the game. I can accept my invite. And we're watching Leverage Rival to start things off. Okay, so let me get my scoreboard set up here. Leverage Rival. And make sure I'm in a light tank. I am. And we should be good here. And I can turn on the icons as well. So let's do that. Boom! We've got Leverage and Rival. I've got like a little nice button that I can do to transition between having no icons and icons. So that's without, and that's how my normal setup is. But then I can throw this on, and I think it looks pretty good. Also, I forget if I did this last night, if I already had this, but I updated the Discord link below me. You can kind of see it there, my Twitch, my YouTube, but also my Discord's in there. If y'all are interested in joining, I do have that custom link, so it's going to be pretty cool. Anyway, we're about to start this first set here between Leverage and Rival, and we are going to be on the map Castilla. I love Castilla. We saw a little bit of it yesterday, and excited to see more today. Leverage going to start off with the north spawn here. And I'll go over Leverage's roster later. Maybe we'll probably this isn't the last we're going to see of Leverage today. We're definitely going to be watching them more, but they've got a very interesting roster this season. About half of their players have been on Joker at some point or another, so this is like kind of like a Joker 2.0 roster for the most part. It's very interesting to see. Like Adu has been on Joker, Your Worst Nightmare has been on Joker, Yarrow, MJ. And I forget if they have another. Yeah, Danny. So that's half of their team has been a Joker player at some point or another. So also picking up Arctic from Origin, Steven from Ponda, and then some OG players from Leverage being 707, Ranger, who's not here today, it looks like, and Lightmare, who did play in Joker but is an OG Leverage player. And then looking at the Rival team, a team that I have not yet seen play, we've got led by General Chris M. They're going to be running a couple types here, interesting, and a couple Batchats. So should go over the lineups for tanks. We got 2 Batchats and 2 Kronbons, so lots of Clippers here for Team Rival. Leverage rocking their T100s, got 2 T100s, 2 Krons, sorry, 3 Krons, so Kron heavy roster for both teams. Typically, those are expected to be played more on the seaside. Those tend to be like cross-map tanks that can dump clips into the church area, fighting from the windmill. But, I mean, the Kron's a flexible tank. You can see them just about anywhere. Now, the Bat Chats from Rival, I fully expect them to be quick capping B. That's usually what we see when we have double Bat Chats. Danny's saying, where am I going? Uh-oh. But here we are, y'all. Game number 1. And, no, doesn't look like we are seeing double Bat Chats capping the B base. Clear sight maybe, but Jag definitely isn't. And then T100s, looks like Adu's going for the self boost. Does get it. Good job to Adu over there. And he's going to be taking more of like a spotting position for the A side of the map. Arctic going up top on the big tank destroyer hill, which is typically the reason that many people say that the north spawn's better than south, is because of that massive TD area that offers big flexibility. Jag got spotted. He's actually playing up on the C side, and his Kronvon's right behind him, as I expected. And Leverage putting 2 Kronvons there as well. Yeah, no surprises, although they do have a third set up over. Kind of covering B, covering A a little bit, playing flexibly. Also, their IS-7 on the hill, opposing the Concept 1B, who is in the further back position that the south spawn offers. A little bit of counterplay that they can use here. But I did expect Clear Sight to be grabbing the B base, and he did not do so. He was earlier spotting the... he probably saw that shot. He probably saw that blind shot from Adu there, Adu. I'm going to keep pronouncing his name in a million different ways this stream. I just know it. But he was originally spotting the B area in the river, but he didn't end up capping it. And look at the aggressive position here from 707. If he got spotted out right now, that would be not good for him. As the Kronvons... ooh, never mind. Schlatt backing off. Deposto would have some pretty good shots on 707 if he were spotted, but he's not. And Deposto realizing that since he's lit, he probably wants to back down so he doesn't get shot from the side. But yep, there we go. I-7 is lit, but Deposto's not really in a position to punish him anymore, nor is Schlatt. But this is an aggressive position that can typically be used to spot tanks from the south spawn that are camping on this hill here. Jag and Schlatt weren't quite up there yet. And since Jag has that light tank camo, not entirely clear if 707 would have even spotted him at all. I honestly doubt it, but who knows. Anyway, 2.5 minutes are about to pass here, and no bases have even been touched from either team. No shots have been traded. Barely any tanks have even been spotted at all. 707 does get lit here, Clear Sight. Ooh, getting blind fired at, actually. He's taking a guess on where the Bat Chat is. He was correct in the general location, but Clear Sight smart enough to back off there. But yeah, you can see that this tree was knocked down, so Leverage is aware that something was here at one point or another, but still nothing is occurring here from either team. And this does tend to be how this map goes. It's a much slower played map, but Leverage will finally get on the A base. And Rival's just going to back right off. Clear Sight not worrying about getting any resets. In fact, they are more set up on this side. Uh-oh, Danny's spotting MJ. He's going to get lit. Are you going to try to look maybe for some cross-map shots here, see if he has anything? General Chris M and the other type, what's his name? Anonymous. Couldn't really read it through the tag. But he's going to have some nice shots here on Deposto, who poked a little bit too far. Taking a couple. Yeah, he will put some nice shots in here. And ooh, yeah, Anonymous actually getting bled pretty heavily for peeking up there. Rival does have to make some sort of move. Over half of the game has passed, and they still do not have a base, but now they're down on the hit points quite significantly as well. Over nearly 2,000 hit points. And Leverage has pretty good control of the C base. There's no way Rival's going to be able to cap C easily. And 707's actually in a position to kind of deny B as well. So it's not entirely clear what Rival should be doing here, although it looks like they believe that maybe the play is to try to snag the A base out from Leverage's nose, because they seem to have abandoned it for the most part. Clear Sight driving forward. Uh-oh, is Adu going to get spotted here? And Clear Sight gets lit. Adu gets lit as well. Uh-oh, some big shots could go into him here. 1, 2. Oh, Jag bounces one. He's going to put a second in. Yep, there we go. Adu taking some big hits here. Lost half of his hit points. And Jag is going to take this opportunity to take the A base back away. 707 is going to be driving back, though, as will Yarrow, so Leverage not quite going to give this one up for free. Although That does capture the base. Now Clearsight's kind of trapped himself, as is Adu over there, but Adu's got a little bit better camo, I believe, so he should be able to escape without too much issue. Looks like plays are being made over on the C side as well. Danny, Channy, Heaven, Steven going to be making plays on D-Pasta here, trying to pick up the kill. Steven doesn't have enough shots on his clip to get the kill on D-Pasta, though, and Schlatt's just going to dump right into Danny. In come the types as well, but now the Stir of K farming from the rear. May be able to put some good shots into Chris M, but down goes Danny. A little bit of an overextension there from Leverage. Steven not doing too hot as well, but Clearsight does go down, so Yara was able to pick up the kill on the bat chat. They are stopping the A base as well. 707 making a push on Sierra in the concept and Arctic, stopping the base from ticking. But Rival is continuing their push here. They're going to go for Steven. Chris M trying to stay alive for as long as he can, but Steven does pick up the kill before falling. MJ trying to farm as best he can in the rear here. D-Pasta would not be wise to push too far forward, though. Sierra managed to stay alive, and 707 actually backing down. So we should be okay there, but MJ is starting to get pushed here. Adu's going to try to back him up with some 200 LT fire. It looks like Jag's taking some hits as well. MJ's still alive, though. He's just bailing. Running around the rival team. And Schlatt's clip is empty. Jag's clip is empty. And MJ's going to have some nice shots in as well. Yaro, Adu able to farm him out. Caps are 600 points for Leverage, and they're also doubling Rival on the hit points. It's a 5-on-4. D-Pasta still farming from there. Ooh, looks like Sierra's about to get picked. Anonymous falls, Arctic falls. And 707 actually, yeah, probably not wise to peek on Sierra here. Looking at the other side, MJ still alive somehow. And Adu's going to help get the kill there. Jag unloaded his clip. MJ still alive. He should be able to pick up this kill. No problem. He does so. And Sierra backing away from 707. 707 actually tries to get the cross map on D-Pasta, doesn't quite hit it. And now it's just Sierra left alive. Rival actually did a really good job of keeping that game close. I won't even lie to you. That was a great game. Of course it was slow for the first, 3 minutes, but Rival had a pretty good idea pushing through the A side. Had really good bleeds on Adu there, but Leverage's rotation right on the back didn't cause them too many issues. But then Rival counter-pushed as soon as Leverage rotated back. Counter-pushed on the C side. The issue is they weren't able to get the clear on MJ, and MJ just farmed. You can see top of the damage there, 4.3, so... Rival definitely need to get that clear there, and they were not able to. Leverage just rotated too well. They're a great defensive team. Also, if you were wondering, when I toggle icons on and off for the other screen, it does this. So I have just one button press can turn the logos off and on, which is kind of cool, just how I have it set up. But here we go, game number 2 about to begin. Again, this is just a best of 3 here. So after this set, they're all going to be best of 5s, which is nice. So we'll get to see lots of games today, as is the case with PYS day number 2. And hopefully we'll get some nice competitive sets. Rival versus Leverage is already off to a much stronger start than I expected it to be. And yeah, Dinos or Donda. I haven't heard much about Donda. I don't know how good they are this season. I didn't actually get a logo from Donda. I didn't reach out in time, and by the time I was about to reach out, it was just too late. So I just found an image online that I'm using. But hopefully it's okay. Welcome everyone on the stream. Good to have you. Boring Pickle and Tiny Pickle together. Let's go. Got the 183. Pickle, you disgust me. You disgust me. Nox here. Shoto's here. What's up, Shoto? Welcome to the stream. Good to finally have you out. Tyrannos, Caesar, Draconic, Wowbow, Dies, Milan, Caleb. Good to have everybody. Welcome. Yes, yes. Good to have everybody in here. Welcome to the stream. Well, here we go. Didn't really go over lineups, but again, looks like double Kron Vons from both teams. And again, double types from Rival. They believe in the type. We're also seeing a 777 on either team, but is that an E3 I see lineup? I think that's an E3. Interesting. They do keep a bat chat as well. Yeah, E3. Wonder how they will use it, but Rival, their light tank will be a bat chat. And Leverage taking a T100 with Leado. I'm going to pronounce his name again. I already said this so many different ways today. But they are keeping a Sturv as well in there. Even Steven trying to get an early shot. Oh, he does get the early shot. Oh my goodness, nice. Bleeds here on D, Posto, and Schlatt, each taking hit. Derpy putting in a few. So good early bleeds from the Leverage team. I believe it was Steven to get that spotting, and very impressive that he was able to... No, never mind. Adu's right there. Adu got the spotting, but Steven did get into position quick enough to get those early shots in. And so in the last game where it took maybe 2 or 3 minutes for the first shots to go, in this one, pretty quick early lead here from Leverage, about 1,500 hit points. But their Kronvons did not go where I expected them to this game. They are actually over on the church side of this map, playing over towards the A side, and Leverage has a much better grasp of the A base right now. However, T110E3 has got a pretty decent hold on position, but it doesn't really cover A all too well. The entire other side of that base is open. Oh, okay, so now the E3 is spotted as well as the Kron. Clear sight. Trying to throw in a quick shot, doesn't quite go in, but I don't expect 707 to be able to pen the E3 easily in that position. No, not quite. Ooh, but 707 does take some hits there. Okay, peeked out a little bit too far again. And this time the types. The Tank Destroyer types, y'all. That's how you play it. They both get a shot into 707. He's getting a little lower. Interesting E3 position. He's just going right on up to A. Does not care. Spots MJ. Finally gets lit himself. Couldn't put in the shot, though. But I like the idea. In come the types from behind as well. T110E3. Just kind of keeping 707 back far enough so that the types can drive in unspotted. Of course, they'll probably get lit here soon, but now Rival actually does have a good amount of tanks here to fight on the A side of the map. Of course, I believe Leverage could rotate very quickly, especially with T100 and Sturv, two very fast tanks. Okay, types do get spotted now. So I think Leverage is aware that there's lots and lots of Rival tanks here, and Clearsight does get into the A base. 707 bleeding, another shot in his Leverage going to rotate. Not quite, actually, no. They do get a reset, though. Yarrow is actually in a very good position now, but 707 bleeds yet another shot. He's already on less than 1,000 hit points. Yarrow goes for the reset. Was that like a pull of the E3? I believe it was, but he did take a big shot himself, and in come Rival with the types. They're pushing directly into 707, who's able to kite back down very quickly because of that super speed, and now the types are stopping. They don't want to overextend here, but Anonymous has already bled half of his hit points. Even more now, because it looks like Derpy is just going to be able to have some more shots in here, as will Otto and Steven. They're both rotating back, and Anonymous unfortunately will go down here. Looks like the Rival idea of pushing into 707 did not work out. Leverage backing off very quickly, being able to shut that down. And now Rival is down a tank, although they did get the A base out of it, and they're going to grab C as well. No, Deepasso's driving right in. That's smart. You don't want to waste your time at this point, because the hit points are not that far apart. They're honestly not too bad for Rival. Of course, being down a tank hurts, but 707 is just bleeding even more. Yeah, Schlatt's just going to have rear farms here. We'll be able to get the kill for it? No, no kill here. 707 barely still alive, but a big weakness for Leverage right now. They're only up about 700 hit points. Rival does actually grab the base. This time with the bat chat, though, definitely a better idea. That tank can get around very quickly. Ooh, 707 trying to peek there. Risky, risky. But look at Clearsight. Is he just permatracked? I believe Clearsight was just permatracked, and Steven and MJ were just farming out the hit points there. Well done there from Leverage. And now Steven's going to push into Chris M. Sierra also getting pretty low, and now both of these Leverage Kronvons have full clips ready for Sierra. But Rival has all three bases, and looking at the other side of the map, what is going on here? Schlatt trying to fight Derpy. Derpy's going to have much better DPM to take care of that Kronvon, though. Schlatt's out of hit points. Sorry, out of shells. Arctic, Adu, Derpy, all getting shots in quickly. They're going to stop the B base. Adu should probably stop C as well. But looking at the other side of the map here, it's a 4-on-2 for Rival. And Chris M putting in a good fight, but he will go down. Sierra will go down. Although Jack does get the pick on Yarrow. It is 6-on-2. Things are not looking good for Rival. Jack's finally getting shot up here. And Leverage is going to take this one as well. Clean 2-0 win, but honestly, those games were very entertaining. Especially the first one a lot closer. This one a little bit less so, although the hit points weren't even that far apart. For the longest time, Rival did have a fighting chance, but I did like their idea of trying to push through up top with the types, but I mean, that super speed for the Kronvon really got him out quickly, and sending 2 tanks over like that isn't really enough. They needed to go for a full push if they wanted to do anything there, because, you know, the map Castilla is so wide open that you can just get shot from all the way across the map, which is exactly what happened to Anonymous and why he fell so early. But GG's to Leverage. MJ on top once again with 3.3. And yeah, that's that set. So this one is completed. You can go ahead. I was playing a little bit of Gravitizing Platoon earlier today. I won't lie. I admit I still don't like the mode, but I was playing it with Syncs. We found a really nice combo where if one player runs the Sheridan or some Blood Trail tank and the other person runs the Leopard to launch them, it's so fun. It's so fun. Mod party, hell yeah. What's up, Lupus, Frostbite, and Lupus, I'm doing well. Thank you. Toyko's here, what's up? Good to have everyone in the chat today, and Outlaw. Well, here we go, y'all. That was that set. We can take a look at the other brackets if they're done yet. I would imagine a couple of them are, but I mean, the fights are all on Castilla. And those tend to take a while, so it's hard to say if they are done yet. But let's see. Looks like yeah, looks like most of them are. We can take a look. So Origin beat Hated, but Evany VB are still fighting. Joker and Jaja defeat Q and 404. 7 Rats and Ponda defeat 7 Clip and Naps. Reggie beats VIDT and Nox Zaza still fighting. And then Dinos beat Donda 2-0. So we will be watching Leverage Dinos next. That will be at 9:32 plus 3 minutes as delay is 9:35 for mods who want to make a prediction for Leverage and Dinos. Again, 9:35 Eastern. Anyway, we can go ahead and do a little bit of gaming action. Also, I missed something earlier. 10 subs from Shoto. Dude, thank you for the 10 subs. Was that, I don't know if that was that in the middle of the game or something? Dude, that's crazy. Thank you for the 10 gift subs, Shoto. What the heck? Bro. Pickle Vasco, Troller, Wowbow, Mona, Guya, Awu, Baltickler, Knock, and Pickle Pecker. All of you, give your thanks to Shoto if you haven't already. Shoto, again, thank you for generosity. Wow, dude, appreciate you. That's a nice welcome back to the stream, Shoto. Appreciated. Very kind. All right, appreciate it, man. All right, let's get a game. Let's play. Let's not play Gravitizing. I'll just play some pubs. We'll play a tier 10 game. Why not? Let's play. I'm feeling STB today. %, voted Rival. I mean, those games were not that bad. Those games were not that bad. Yes, it was a 2-0, but those games were reasonably competitive, I would say. Welcome to the stream, Soul. See Jansen, good to have you. MJ with leverage for this season, yes. Permanently, don't know. Really, a lot of Joker players just went over to leverage for this season because, you know, Joker's got a lot of players and only 10 can fit on a roster. So the rest, if they want to play comp, they got to go somewhere. And it looks like they pretty much all went together. Blitz with the Leopard is cool. Yeah. Blitz AT7. Oh, man. That's funny. But yeah, as I said earlier, the leverage team has 5 players that have been in Joker at some point. Yeah, Danny, Lightmare, Yarrow, MJ, and Edu have all been in Joker. Although Lightmare is primarily leverage, and Joker was kind of a secondary thing. And I'm not really sure what to say Danny, because Danny's been in both teams a lot. So I don't know if I would say that they're primary leverage or primary Joker. I would say primary Joker, because they're not part of the original core leverage that I remember. But like Edu, Yarrow, MJ have all been core Joker players for a while, so they all just kind of went together, it seems. Did get a game. Let's go. Looks like we have a fail platoon on both teams. That's kind of funny. Although it doesn't really matter when it's 10 versus 9. Or when it's 10 and 9 together, I should say. Those tier 10s always tier 9s for the most part. Bounce. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Didn't mean to do that. Ah, now my elevation is poor. I was gonna drive up that hill and play this hull down, but I'm gonna play on the 121B, I think. The rest of their team has been spotted over on the other side. Either that's our E100 or VZ that's not gonna have a very fun time over there. That's the E100. No, you can hold. But I know I can win this engagement, so I'm going to take it. There's their Sheridan. What a low roll. It's all good. Okay, really bouncing off the rear. Okay, and this guy just bounces off of me somehow. Okay. I'll take this free damage. Nice. Forget if I can jump down here or not. It'd be okay. Oh no, that was painful. That's like half my health. Ouch. I haven't done that in a while. I don't ever really play up there, so yeah. Hey Sally, welcome to the stream. Sally's good Warzone plays. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you in here. Sorry for those of you who are new. I'm streaming with 3 minutes of delay at the moment, so if I don't respond to your messages immediately, it is not because I hate you, although I do hate you. No, I'm kidding. Love you guys. I appreciate you all. It's just because I'm streaming a tournament, and tournaments require stream delay, so I cannot reply in real time. I'll probably die here, but that's fine. he angled. I was going to be able to pin that, then I shot high. Didn't get the kill. That's okay. GG, though. Good game. And we don't really have time to run another. So, nice 4.7, though. We'll take it. Kind of got a free farm on that Sheridan, so that was nice. Okay, well, we're going to wait for our next one. It's going to be Dinos Leverage, most likely. And I do have logos for both of those teams, which is nice. Also, reading up in the chat, Mode isn't as great as some others. It's probably my least favorite, I would say. Actually, no, it's not worse than Mad Games, in my opinion. I just don't like Mad Games at all. Just flexing my wallet. I appreciate you, Shoto. Thank you for patting mine. Is the Sherman Firefly path a good idea? It's not bad. The Sherman Firefly, that's here, right? Yeah, I mean, where are you going with it? Are you going to the TDs or the mediums? I would personally say mediums are pretty good. TDs not so much. I will say the Cherry Tier and Conway are good. The Tier 10 not as much, or the Tier 7, both kind of mediocre. But British mediums are pretty good all the way around, so I would say that's not a bad pick. We're in between sets, by the way, so if you're wondering why I'm not streaming in tournament right now, the next set is about to start in 5 minutes. I should get my invite any second now. Sort of map like Castillo works in favor of more experienced teams. Yeah, teams that have seen it before know the kind of rotation patterns, etc. But, you know, honestly, Rival put up a really good fight. I'm happy with what they did. Rival not getting steamrolled is pretty good. Yeah, pretty much. They did a good job. Don't. I jumped. I did jump. It was not a good idea. Okay. Well, I'm gonna hide my screen as I... Oh, that's not what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Didn't really show anything bad there, but I just want to get the scoreboard set up. But I can't show their tanks yet. So Leverage is on the left, and again, we already know Dinos won their set as well. Now, this is going to be a best of 5 that we will watch, as will the rest of the sets for today be. They will all be best of 5s. And the maps are going to be Winter Melanovka for 1 and 2, Yukon for 3 and 4, and then Castilla for 5. So 3 maps here. If it goes to the tiebreaker, we will see, I suppose. It's to be more holder than a brawler. It's true. It's not that much of a brawler, to be honest. It doesn't really have anything that a brawler would like. It doesn't have any hull armor, which brawlers are... You know, it's good for them to have hull armor. It doesn't really have amazing DPM, and it's not like the most mobile either. Like, it's fast, but it's not that fast. Anyway, this should be a good set. Both of these teams are top 8 at the moment in terms of points. Leverage, of course, has been pretty much undefeated in their runs. And Dinos they're not undefeated because they have lost 2 sets to Ponda when it comes down to PYS number 1 day 2 and PYS 2 day 2. They matched against Ponda both times and lost both times ultimately. But don't let that fool you. Of course, Pond is a strong team as well, and Dinos has a lot of good players. This is the 4L team, kind of. Not entirely the 4L team, but a lot of it is the 4L team. But their old captain, the 4L's captain, Derpy, is actually on Leverage right now. So Derpy is facing his own team here, Dinos, which is pretty funny. Although it's 4L, not really. He didn't play in Dinos, he played in 4L. but it's a little bit of a rivalry, I suppose. $2005, not good. No, it's not a line I would recommend for most players. It's a fun tank, but I wouldn't call it like good in terms of like something I would recommend. It's not even that good in pubs either, because it's so big. Anyway, here's Leverage and Dinos. Let's check out the new Dinos logo, by the way. Pretty OP if you ask me. And yeah, it's pretty goofy. Let me see if I can make it larger. It's kind of poorly cropped, now that I think about it. Let's see. Yeah, I can definitely make this larger. Let's see. How's that? That work? Doesn't seem to have worked. It didn't work. Okay, well, whatever. But anyway, we are on Winter Malnovka, and Leverage is going hard with their mobility. That's 4 Sturves, a 2-on-5B, IS-7, and a Kron. So they do have 1 Kronvon in there, which I suppose isn't necessarily a bad thing to have. It does have good burst, but it will definitely struggle if it comes down to a DPM engagement, but it doesn't always happen on Wintermell, although there do tend to be some brawls. At the same time, there can definitely be a lot of slower games where maybe one team gets trapped in a certain corner. Let's see, did that make it bigger? Yes, that worked, okay. Because there could either be larger brawls in the A side, there could be brawls in the middle, but in C it tends to be a bit of a slower paced gameplay, but Leverage not looking to play slowly at all here with 4 Sturves, and yeah, they're immediately going to the A side. They don't have a light tank, they don't need a light tank because they have 4 Sturves with that super speed boost, as well as an IS-7. Look at that quick tank action. Dinos, who does have a T100 LT and 2 Sturves, are not going to be sending anyone over to the A side, which is a good decision because they would absolutely get rolled with DPM there. Lightmare does get spotted early, but Leverage is going directly into the A base. They don't care if they see any opposition at all. They're just going to push it hard, and Lightmare is driving right on through. Whereas Dinos setting up in C, they're grabbing the base, but they're also going to try to take B as well. And we'll see. I don't think, yeah, Yarrow not going to have any resets. He does get lit. And Arctic's trying to look through. He's activated his Reticle Cali, but doesn't see anything. Raze is able to take the base, no problem. And so Dinos do have 2 caps now. For Leverage is 1, but Leverage does have a very, very scary tank lineup here. Dinos is not going to have a fun time fighting through all of that DPM. Leverage is setting up more in their own spawn now, trying to maybe anchor the Dinos from pushing through the C side. A Kronvon and a 2-on-5B are not easy tanks to push through. Kronvon's got, of course, amazing hull down capabilities and burst. 2-on-5B, which his turret is very deceivingly strong, and also has amazing damage output, some of the best for any of the tier 10 heavies. But right now, curious to see how Burby's getting supported right now, because he's holding off 1 Sturve that he can see. There's another one behind that he can't see, but he knows is there. It looks like Derpy might try to sneak in some side shots here, but there are tanks supporting as well. Giga being lit too. He's going to try to sneak one into Derpy. He does so, but in comes Leverage with 3 Sturves pushing in on Burby. 707 in his IS-7, taking the B base away from Burby, and Yarrow's farming him out from the rear. Bounces that one. But 707, no, he's not going to have a shot either, but just all of these Sturves here from Leverage are huge for pushing right on through. And Dinos has bled heavily. Over Derpy has taken some big hits as well, but in comes Leverage now. From their own spawn, the Kron 2-on-5B moving forward. Leverage, having already stopped the B base, are now looking to stop C as well. 707, Yarrow, both on Tantan here, but they're taking some hits. What's going down on the other side here? Looks like Dinos is going for a counter push on Derpy and MJ. Flossie and Akame are both in here, but looks like Lightmare is helping out as well. So 4 tanks here from Leverage, trying to hold on to the 3 from Dinos, but Giga's here as well to potentially support as necessary. And now Arctic setting up a cross shot on Giga. He'll put in 1, bounce the second. The third will go in. 800 points here for Leverage. Dinos is going to have to make a play. Wait, no, it's 945 for Dinos. Didn't realize that 2 kills just occurred in quick succession. Although Akame falls and Flossie may not be long for this world either, as MJ and Derpy are going to kill him. Derpy being able to survive there is absolutely massive here. And Adu should be able to pick up the kill on Burby as well. Yeah, some big kills there before he himself falls. But 920 points here for Team Dinos. And Tantan and Fade are pushing 707 off of the B base. He gets the kill, but he falls, and now it's 960 points for Dinos, but they have the bases as well. It's a 3-on-3, and Dinos is way up on the hit points, way up on the cap. Fade's looking for the kill on Derpy. Tantan's going in on Lightmare, and Dinos takes game 1 with the kill there. So Leverage pushing through those 4 Sturves, but they were held off by 3 tanks. That was just long enough for Dinos to clean up on the other side of the map. And they take a game 1. That's the first game Leverage has lost in a long time. And Dinos had a very strong start to the set. It's a really good job for them holding off in the spawn as long as they did. They didn't end up winning that engagement against the 4 Sturves, but they held on so long that it bought them so much time for the other tanks on their team to kind of put in work elsewhere. So well played there for game 1. Moving to game 2 as the spawns swap for Wintermel. We're seeing a very similar lineup here from Leverage. In fact, their only difference is swapping out the Kronvon for a 777, but it looks like all the same tanks otherwise. And Dinos are changing it up a bit. They've got 2 MLEs, 2 777s, a Sturve, sorry, not a Sturve, a Kronvon, a TVP, and a T100. So they're going to be running an extra mobile tank here in the form of the TVP, but of course, it's not used just for its mobility. It's got that amazing 1200 damage clip that gets put out so quickly. Very strong tank to have. We saw Origin use it on this map in the past on the A side, and it did extremely well with the cross shots into C. But Leverage does not look like they want to fight on the C side. I would be impressed if they decided to take all those tanks over there and do something well with them. But 4 Sturves just looks like an A-side engagement to me. Some Latam players in the Dinos team. Gotcha. Yeah, I know Raze is Latam, and I don't know about Giga, though. Anyway, here's game 2. 70k points, don't want to gamble that away. Sheesh, that's a lot. Well, here's the thing about gambling, guys. You can only lose 100% of your money, but you can win up to like thousands and thousands of percents of your money that you put in. So, really, it's always a win-win if you think about it, right? The worst you can lose is 100% of your money. This time, Leverage is once again going towards the A side, but Dinos is looking to combat it here. Akame already up top spotting. He's putting shots into Lightmare quickly, but he might take some big hits as well just sitting there. No, he gets away unpunished. Some shots go into Lightmare and MJ, but also Flossie and Fade taking hits as well. They're driving all the way into the center here with MLEs. That's a very aggressive early position to take, while the MLE is not a bad tank at all. It does struggle with the Cupola. You can see Fade's already taken some Cupola hits. Dinos is just moving right on in. And Yara's going to have some really good shots here, but they're just driving in. Leverage is just piling up on Burby. Don't know. Okay, so Burby's just trying to hold the corner. Oh no, Derpy's taking some big hits here. Looks like Kame's lined up with the TVP. Again, the Kron, Tantan, and the 777, but Leverage does not care. They're bleeding a ton of hit points to get this kill, but they will pick up the kill. Fade also going down in the middle, Flossie trying to help out in the center, but this play, I would say, a lot worse here from Dinos, as Dinos just gets themselves surrounded. Both of the MLEs falling quickly. Burby's already incredibly low in the hit points, and yes, they did bleed out Leverage a good amount for that, but losing 2 tanks was not worth it. Ray's going to try to farm as best he can from the other side of the map, but missing the kill on Adu there. But Dinos does have a good setup here to put some big shots, and they are actually winning on the hit points now. Giga's going to try to get the kill on Lightmare. Now Tantan gets it before falling. But Giga's got to turn around to deal with Adu and MJ, but what is he doing? He's just kind of in the middle of nowhere. Missing the shot on MJ. He just bled his full hit points, had a full clip, and didn't put in a single shot. Don't know what that play was from Giga, but that absolutely ruined any chances that Dinos had of taking this game, of bringing it back. And honestly, just the biggest misplay was putting those MLEs in the center there. They just got bled out too quickly and got themselves surrounded despite trying to help out with a counter push. I did like the position that Burby took and how the rest of Dinos kind of backed them up from Leverage, but it was unfortunately not complemented very well by the rest of Dinos' positioning. Kami's gonna put in his full clip to Yarrow. He actually goes down, but then Derpy coming from behind will pick up the kill here, and now it's just Raze against 4 Leverage tanks, and even though the hit points aren't that far apart, you know, there's no way that Leverage is going to allow 1 tank to win against 4. That's a lot of shots you have to put in. And 707 just says die for time, but Raze is not interested in that. It looks like he's just trying to run around, maybe stall while Dinos comes up with a plan for the other maps. Raze does spot Derpy, put in the shot. There you go. 1 shot down, only 9 more shots to go. Dino's trying to... Ray's trying to hide. He actually gets spotted there. And 707 not yet lit. Yeah, there we go. Ray's does put in a shot, but it's... yeah. It's not looking good. And Arctic and MJ are just hiding, which makes complete sense. They're both one-shots. 707 puts in a shot. Arctic with a kill. And there you go. Leverage equalizing after positional misplay from Dinos, although I did like their idea of having Burby up. They did not complement him well enough with the counter push. If those MLEs were up top, like on B, they would have had actually really good crossfire, but instead they drove right through the middle and kind of killed themselves, for lack of a better term. But that's that. We're going to be moving to our next map, Yukon. For games 3 and 4, we're going to be definitely having both of those games, and Yukon's a fun map. I think this is a nice competitive map. It's got 4 bases. There's a lot of different ways to play it. A very diverse map, and I don't know. I'm excited to see what both teams have cooking here. MLEs are coming out for Leverage. They're abandoning their full serve lineup this time, although they still do keep 2 of them. But still no T100 for Leverage. As Dinos is keeping theirs, Ray's putting in work with his light tank. He is, of course, the light tank gamer that we all know and love. Starting to look like you bet all your channel points wisely. Hey, yo. Man's a high roller. And we do see 2 stirrups per team, 1 cron per team. Although Dinos will stack up more on the 777s and the 60 TP. Leverage loves their IS-7s. I know that 707 loves his IS-7. He plays it all the time. Has been playing it in competitive for like 2 years now. It's the tank he enjoys. It's the tank for him, I guess. Though personally, I think it's a little outclassed by the 777 at this point. You know, it does have its role, I suppose, still. It's not completely obsolete. What's up, N13? Bro, you're not playing this season? Did you get cut? What's happening? Not out here with your leverage homies. Giga guy wasn't effective. I really don't understand what Giga was doing with that Kronvon. He had a full clip and he had full hit points and he could have started going for kills, but he drove out into the corner and turned his rear to leverage and Blitz full hit points before being able to put in any of those shells. No comprendo. Didn't understand that game 2 play because Dinos was starting to pull it back. They had the hit point lead at one point, despite being down in tanks, but they had the opportunity to go for kills. Anyway, game 3 begins and leverage is hard committing A, it looks like. Not even sending a tank to C. Whereas Ray's in the T100 quickly grabbing the B base and he's going to drive right through it. This is a play that I've seen leverage make quite often. He's going to spot Yarrow, Adu, MJ all crossing, putting in a shot before backing out. Dinos has a base and they have information. Before leverage even steps foot in one, 707 finally does get into C, but at this point, Dinos knows where leverage is. And leverage kind of probably knows where Dinos is by rule of elimination here, but they do get into A around the same time as Dinos gets into D, so Dinos will definitely have the cap lead here, but it's not too bad. But look at Akame. Akame gets spotted. This is an interesting rock to be using. I've not really seen this position at all. They know that he's here. He's not fooling anybody anymore, but it's a sneaky little trap position to be in. And now he's kind of locked down. If he wants to leave, Adu's just going to spot him out and put in a free shot. But, ooh, look at this play from 707. Very ballsy, stepping right into the B base. He's going to sit in it long enough for leverage to get the cap lead back. But no, Dinos is going for the counter push. Giga putting in a shot. 707 just bled almost half of his hit points, and Dinos still has the cap lead, but leverage is piling up even more pressure now. MJ's coming in to join the fight as well, as will Yarrow. Dinos is kind of just holding their spawn at this point, but yeah, all of leverage is grouped up together here in the middle of the base. B and C. And Dinos will just all end up in their own spawn, with Ray's kind of floating around doing his own light tank thing, but he's not finding anybody. He could just step in the A base right now. That would be a sneaky little play. Uh-oh, Burby's getting pushed now. Burby's not going to have a fun time here. Does he have his speed boost? He does have his speed boost, but he's not going away. He's not running yet. Doesn't want to cross in front of Arctic. No, he's going to have to make a different sort of play. Back around the hill, back around the building. No, he's not going to do either one. He's just going to unload his clip and die. RIP to Burby. Doesn't back around in time. And Dinos actually getting their light tank spotted as well, trying to put in rear shots, and he's going to get caught potentially as well. 707 driving to try to cut him off, but he's actually a one-shot himself. Rays could sneak a nice kill here. That'd be very impressive if he could hit it. Doesn't quite hit it. 707 and Edu both missing their shots. In terms of the rest of the Dinos team, they've taken the base B back. They're all on Lightmare, Kame, Giga, Tantan, and Fade, all pushing in. Now their target must be Steven. But the brawl's still even in terms of hit points, relatively speaking. Steven does fall. Dinos has the advantage here, although Tantan going down to Yarrow, who's kind of putting a crossfire, preventing Akame from pushing into Lightmare. And so Fade's kind of in a 2v1. Giga and Flossie taking a very long time to join the fight, and in that time, Fade's bled a good amount of hit points and now leverage with a counter push. Going for Akame, they've got 3 tanks all end up for Akame. No. Instead trying to help out with Flossie and Fade. The higher DPM tank being focused here. Fade will be the secondary target, and then Akame being pushed by Adu. Really good resource management here from their team, although 707 finally does go down to Raze. And having the light tank left at the end is quite useful, even though leverage will be up on the tanks. It's going to be a 3-on-2. Akame might be able to put in one more shot. Does so. Good job there. Adu going to get the kill. But it's a 3-on-2. Giga gonna fight as best he can. It would be great if he could pick up the kill on MJ, although unlikely. But Raze is in a good position to to be capping bases and whatnot. Giga does fire a shot. He goes down. Raze is going to stop A, but it's 970 points for leverage. At this point, it's not really possible for Dinos to stop it. The kills kind of swung the points too much in favor of leverage. And really good resource management with their brawls there. It was really good play from leverage. And although there definitely were a lot of bleeds that Dinos had on 707, they didn't really try to push that at all. They kind of stayed back in our spawn corner and allowed leverage to reposition themselves to best engage in an advantageous manner, giving them the win for Game 3 here. So despite Dinos taking Game 1, they are down on the set now. And fantastic game from Fade and MJ, but 4.7 not enough to bring Dinos the win there. And as we move to Game 4, this could be the last game for this set. But the spawns will swap. And we'll see what creativity Dinos has prepared. These games have been relatively close, especially that last one, so I wouldn't be surprised if Dinos were able to cook something up that could force a tiebreaker, which is, again, Castilla, a map that both of these teams have already played on today. Games 1 and 2. But it looks like leverage is finally busting out their light tank. They're going to be running his T100. 2 777s, 2 Sturves, the I7 remains. 7-7 loves that tank. Dino is opting for a little bit more DPM, sorry, a little bit more alpha damage here. 60 TPs there. One of their 7-7s again. But no light tank this time for Dino, so they're going to be running purely heavies. We'll see how they get utilized here. As game number 4 begins. Leverage up 2-1. If they win this, they go into the grand finals for PYS 3, Group 5. The loser has a chance to bring it back. They have to play against the winner of Donda and Rival. I'm curious to see what the light tank's opening play is, if it's going to drive directly into D, go for a spotting run first. Looks like the play is probably just to sit in that bush and see what Dinos is doing on this side of the map, but they are not there. Both of those Sturves super speeding directly into that A corner. They're not going to find anything right away, but Lightmare actually using the same spot that Akame was in. Sorry, I've not really seen this spot used before. I don't usually zoom in on this area in the first place, but it's funny to see it happen twice now in this set. We are going to see the cap lead go to leverage. 707 got in his base quickly, but will Dinos take it a little bit back? They actually do. Dinos takes the cap lead by getting in their second base before the T100 LT capped out for leverage. So Dinos does have the cap lead by barely 3 points there. Just one game tick, but that's enough. And now it's on leverage to force a push. And Dinos is probably setting up as best they can for it. 60 TP in a bush. The rest of them kind of lined up on the red line between A and C. Burby holding the corner by himself, but that's just fine. 777's got a great turret for doing so. Raze did take a hit. Leverage is starting to insert their tanks a little bit more into enemy spawn, but Giga might actually get caught out here. Lightmare getting spotted and Giga's realizing that he cannot just push right on through. Dennis not able to make the rotation that they want to make. However, they do have some more information. Lightmare is spotting, along with Tantan, both of them lighting each other. Neither in a position to really shoot each other. Flossy getting lit as well. Actually, several tanks from Dinos. 707 taking the opening shot. He does tend to bleed a lot in the early game. Giga sneaking that shot right through the bush there. But 707 does have backup, so it's not all too bad. Giga not able to put a second shot in though. Uh-oh, and now he's actually getting pressured. Yara from one side, Lightmare Edu from the other. And the weakness has been isolated now. Giga does not have very good support here. It's not going to be easy for Leverage to stop, or sorry, for Dinos to stop the push from Leverage right into Giga. And what's worse is that Giga's rear of the hull is facing Lightmare, so that'll be easy pens for Lightmare. The rear of the turret is towards Yarrow and 707. Dinos are just going directly for the counter push here. You're just going to go right into the T100 and Sturves. And Raze is taking a ton of bleeds, driving right into the rock, right behind the rock, but they're pushing right through. Leverage is counter pushing directly through the C base. 707 and MJ should be able to take out Tanner quite quickly here. However, Steven falling from Leverage extremely fast as well. That's one of the Sturves down. However, Lightmare and Adu able to get away. Of course, those tanks are incredibly quick, but incredibly, Giga does survive. Bouncing the shot off the rear of MJ, though, you definitely need to be putting in those big shells, or at least it looked like it bounced to me. Maybe that did go in. He did lose a good amount of hit points. But it did look like a bounce. Somehow Tanchan's still alive as well. What is going on? MJ needs to hit his shots here. Does hit that one. But now Yarrow's dead. Dinos counter pushing into MJ now. They have the hit point advantage here. Burby holding onto the A side extremely well, despite there being two tanks here for Leverage. Burby has both of them down to a one-shot. And looks like he might want to chase Arctic. No, he's not going to do that. But MJ does fall. Dinos rotating in for 707. They take it on 1,000 points. Dinos had all of the advantage there in the end, and they were able to take it. I think it just had to do with their counter push through their own spawn. They were able to pick off Steven rather quickly. He was not able to escape. And Leverage, they just didn't get the kills. Tantan stayed alive for way too long despite fighting a 2-on-1 and having pretty bad DPM. And then, of course, Giga, the 400 HP, 60 TP, who could have easily been pushed from both sides. Yarrow and 707 had his rear, but they hesitated, didn't go for the push. And slow execution on Leverage's part lost them that game. Here's the tiebreaker. Castilla. Leverage having the north spawn. That is the spawn that a lot of teams tend to want. It's a little bit of an awkward map to have as a tiebreaker because it's so asymmetrical. And the Dinos team is not going to have a chance to play a north spawn strat, which they may prefer that map, or that spawn for this map, I should say. I don't really know how they feel about it, but looks like Leverage is just going to be running... they're going to be running a slightly modified strat from what they did previously on the north spawn. Previously, we saw Leverage running 2 T100 LTs. Only going to be running 1, but looks like Ranger is present now. Ranger coming out with the T100 LT for Leverage. 3 Crons again, though. What they did was they sent 2 of them to the C side, the windmill, and then one of them was kind of the flex. That was Yarrow. Dinos not running a light tank, instead double TVP, so they're going for something creative here on South Spawn Castilla, and let's see how those TVPs get used. They have double Sturve as well, so lots of mobility. Leverage had 2 Sturves as well, so very quick teams for both sides. Draconic been carrying the mods. Draconic has been carrying the mods. Draconic's been around for pretty much every tournament stream. He's absolutely been carrying. Only job as mod is to give 10 subs. Let's go, Shoto. I appreciate it. But yeah, once the top 8 starts, having mods around will be useful to have more mods, just to be able to help enforce rules, because it's probably going to start to get more hectic. Dinos immediately sending their TVPs not into the B cap, but through the B cap. Looks like they want to trap the river here. Uh-oh, 707 might be in for a rude awakening. Driving through the river, gets spotted, and uh-oh. 1, 2, lots of damage into there. Unfortunately, one of the shots missed, but he's down 1,800 hit points, and immediately Dinos bleeding him down. If the TVPs only hit one more shot there, 707 was dead. But look at that aggressive opening play there with the TVPs. 707 is locked down. Burby's going to be able to sneak a kill through the bridge. Boom. Styled on. Leverage is down a tank 1 minute into the game. And the tanks on C from Leverage are scrambling to get into the fight now. They're going to take the time to grab the base, but he's getting reset. However, ooh, Fade's getting caught out here. All of the Leverage tanks in their own spawn are putting shots into Fade and Burby. Oh, my game just crashed. Uh-oh. My game just crashed. As soon as the action starts occurring, let's get right back into that. Fade is likely down. Fade is down, but it looks like, uh-oh, lots of tanks from Leverage are being caught as well. Uh-oh. Lightmare's down. Down he goes. Dinos, the amazing aggressive play. And yeah, looks like the TVPs just pushed right on through all of the tanks that Leverage had in their own spawn. And Dinos just completely catching Leverage off guard. Leverage normally playing much slower pace, but the double serves are just perma-tracking Steven at this point. Steven's tracked. He's not going to be able to move. Raze is going to pick up that kill. MJ and Yarrow, the last two tanks left alive, but you can't stop 6 Dinos tanks here. Wow. And Dinos with the aggressive plays on Castilla. You don't tend to see that. This is normally called Campstia. But their quick opening plays, the trapping of the river, the quick kill, and then continuing to push through Leverage's own spawn, and they take the set 3-2, handing Leverage, I believe, their first set loss of this tournament. I can't believe my game crashed right as Leverage was pushing, or Dinos was pushing through. That's crazy how that happened to me, but man, that was a quick game. And those TVPs put in that work. Look at that. What a game there from Dinos. And Leverage sent to the loser side. We're watching Leverage versus, as I have to hide this real quick, Leverage versus Donda. Donda defeated Rival. We're seeing Donda Leverage. Loser side. I bet Donda was not expecting to see Leverage here. Nor were many of you. But Dinos takes the set. And we're watching Leverage Donda next. Wow. That's incredible. Man. Okay, let's get the scoreboard set up. I think Wargaming just wanted to censor the stream a little bit, keep it family friendly for all of that destruction that occurred. Wow, that was a fun game to watch. Okay. Sorry, I was just watching the stream. The 3 minutes have just passed and I'm seeing people's reaction to my stream crashing. It wasn't too bad though. It wasn't that bad. We just missed a couple kills. Just a couple kills. But anyway, we can show the lineups now. And this is my Donda logo. We do a little trolling. Donda, of course, the name of one of Kanye's albums, so I just pulled a picture of Kanye. But Leverage gonna be so I should have looked at the maps. Fort Despair for 1 and 2. That's as far as I know right now. But anyways, in terms of lineups here, Leverage rocking double Sturv, double 777. 707 once again in his IS-7. I'm saying the word 7 so much. I mean, that's kind of, you know, IS-7, the guy's name, 707, the object. Just so many 7s all around. It's a 77 game. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Donda's lineup, honestly, not that different. They got their 777s. They've got their Sturv. They've got a 60 TP. They've got a minute for Arturo to figure out what tank he's running. Now, Fort Despair, typically a heavier map, so you don't usually see your light tanks here, and no surprise, there's no light tanks here. At least your game crashed and not the games of one of the players. That's funny. Wow. Rip on 13, lost 25k points. Ouch. That hurts. That hurts. Also, I missed your earlier message. Taking a break. Got it. Not voting Donda, sorry. Rip Spooky. Okay. Leverage has, of course, the opportunity to fight back for a spot in Grand, so ultimately, that set's not important. That set's not the one that matters. You know, at the end of the day, even if Leverage lost that 1-3-2, if they win the next set, they're the ones that get the points, so... You know, this is definitely a wake-up call for them. A wake-up call indeed. And here we go with game 1, Donda Leverage. See it. Immediately, it looks like Donda's kind of split. A couple tanks towards A, B, but mostly C. C will be the play here for Donda. Leverage committing hard B, it looks like. They're double 777 and 707 in the IS-7. You know, 7 gang. All getting on the B base here. They're going to triple cap it very quickly here. Oh man, they're probably gonna finish that base right around the time. Yeah, right around the time Donda steps on C. And granted, they're double capping it, but that was just such a fast triple cap here. And Arturo himself spotting 4 tanks from Leverage. Leverage all collectively missing their shots at the same time, and Arturo will survive it without any noticeable damage. But Donda does know where Leverage is set up, and now their goal is probably to protect Arturo. Arturo's, honestly, he's not in a bad position. It's not easy for Leverage to push him. And he may have shots on Arturo like coming in from that, yeah, from the corner. But it's not that bad, because if they try to push Arturo, he's got a lot of tanks behind him. The only real problem I see with their positioning right now is there's nothing Donda can do if Leverage goes back for C. They've got no defense for the C base right now. Soma in a sneaky little bush here if Leverage tries to push through C. But I don't know if that's something that that Leverage is dumb enough to do. They're not going to push right through. That would not make a whole lot of sense. So right now, a little bit of a slow point in the gameplay. Leverage has no reason to move. Why would they? Like, yes, they've identified Arturo on that side of the map, but they've got no reason to push him. They've got the base lead. Why would they do that? They just need to hold on to B and make sure that no one gets into A. And A is not an easy base to take in this game. Not on this map. Very difficult. Prediction closing at another 30 kgs. Donda wins. I'm gifting 21. Did I miss a sub thing? No, I didn't. Okay. Did miss a couple follows though. PYS and Sally, thank you for following. Well, right now it's very slow gameplay. Looks like Donda is starting to make a move, but Adu's spotting him. And Yara spotting Arturo crossing over towards the A corner. 707 is already there. Donda will make their move towards B. It's not going to be easy to push through 60 TB in the Kron. However, Adu Yara were missing a couple of their shots there. And Leverage is actually going to relinquish C. So relinquish B, but they're also taking C instead. But Steven and Lightmare both flanking is a lot of tanks on the flank here for Leverage. They're going to have to get the rest of them into the fight here quickly. And MJ, ooh, bit of an overextension from MJ. Not the tank that you want to be taking the early hits here for the Leverage team. They are getting good amount of bleeds back, though. Joseph is quite low. Arturo, Yamato are all taking hits as well, but you don't want your Sturves to be the one taking hits. Okay, extension over here by Easy 8 as well. Now that's a misplay. You do not want to push into a Kronvon. So Yara's just going to drop right on down, and Easy 8 is toast. A Kronvon and a 60 TP. Yeah, you're done. And I will push through, though. They're going to try to kill MJ, but no, MJ driving right over the hill. Well played there. Getting out of the way, and now Donda's stuck with the 60 TP instead, and the rest of Leverage is evacuated. Lightmare all the way in the flank, getting shots from behind. 707 fighting Arturo on the other side. And Leverage has Donda pretty much surrounded at this point. Only 4 tanks left on their team. Yamato will fall in just a moment. Does so with a good roll from Steven. 707 not even worrying about Arturo, which is the funniest part. Arturo, 707 barely even looking at each other at this point. They're just kind of farming the tanks in the center, which are the ones that mattered. But Leverage takes the win there for game 1. Donda wins. I'm shaving my face. Oh man. Y'all are going crazy with this bet. This is crazy. Ross with 34 should play comp. I used to. I retired. All or nothing every time. Dude, Shoto's a Giga Chad. Shoto is the Giga Chad. Game 1 Leverage, but hey. There's still plenty more games, right? This could go to 5. Have faith in your former goat, Steve. Donda is 7 AMRX away from pulling a game off. True. Man. The Donda hate in the chat. Can't believe it. This is a LATAM team. This looks like a lot of 50A players to me. This looks like the 50A gang. But for game 2, the spawns do swap, and Leverage is busting out the 777s and 60 DPs this time. Keeping their Kron, though. Yara's been doing a great job with it. I did miss a sub. Oh, I missed a sub. Be with Sally. Oh, Nasir! I missed it. You're right, I did. I'm sorry. Nasir, thank you. Funny that you pointed it out, too. I did miss one. My bad, brother. I did. That's on me. The software that I'm using to show them, kind of grouped that in with the other 10 from Shoto, so I couldn't really distinguish it very well. My apologies, dude. Very kind. Always appreciate having you around. Well, game 2 about to begin. Donda's running 113s. I wonder if they're running 113s just because they don't have 777s. I bet that's why. That's probably why. I don't know why you would want a 113. I mean, it's got a little bit more DPM, but the armor trade-off is so much worse. They're going glass cannon mode with those, as well as Sturve. Leverage's lineup is extremely well armored, with the exception of their own Sturve. This time a more A-focused approach? No, they're just going to probably do this very similar thing 777s, IS-7 directly into B. Leverage does tend to mirror a lot. They do that on several maps. Pretty much most of the symmetrical maps they do tend to mirror, which, I mean, it makes sense because that's kind of how symmetry works, but not all teams do that. Some teams like to switch things up, but like Leverage has a very set in stone Rockfield strat, very set in stone, you know, fort strat. However, it just looks like this time, maybe I shouldn't say that because they're playing much more aggressive this time around. I wouldn't quite call this mirrored at all. The positioning initially is very mirrored, but they've adapted quite well with their aggressive play, and they take out one of the 113s already. So the benefit of having that extra DPM for that 113 is already gone. He maybe could have survived an extra shot or two, put out an extra shot of damage, and wouldn't be dead, potentially. Who knows? But Leverage's quick aggression here, that's a building. It's going to get them 3 kills. They did lose 707, that's it. Adu going to fall as well. That Sturv going to put out some really good damage per minute. But Soma off camera, trying to farm out despite being a one-shot, but no, Lightmare was behind him. I was trying to see, like, why is Leverage ignoring him? They were not. They just had another tank that I couldn't see. But it's a 4-on-2. This game, a lot quicker than the previous one, and I mean, it's kind of close, but not really. Leverage was definitely winning the engagement the entire time. Although the tanks wouldn't quite suggest that because it's a 3-on-2, but hit point diff very large. All these tanks are pretty healthy, and that's going to be game number 2. Leverage wasting no time with this game. They have momentum back on their sides after losing that set, a tiebreaker, due to a very aggressive and unexpected strat. They are fueled and are preparing themselves for that rematch. What will the next map be? I never checked. It is Canal. Okay. Love me some Canal. Although we've seen a lot of Canal already. I will say that. There's a day where we saw Canal in 5 separate games, which is pretty funny. No 10 subs? Man. Donda wins, you shave your face. If Leverage wins, I upset my cat. Wow. Well, let's get it. Game number 3. We'll see what sort of creativity is spawned here. Canal tends to be the map with the most unexpected of tank picks, and Leverage right off the bat. 4005. That's not a tank you see a whole lot. We've seen a couple of them this tournament, but it's always exciting. Origin ran one on Alpenstadt, and now Leverage with one on Canal. Donda with a couple non-standard picks, or less common picks, I should say. Vickers, Batchat, and Yo aren't the most common, although they're not bad. Okay, double Batchat instead, even better. The creativity here is fun. But this is Donda's potential last game for this PYS, so they want to make it count. So you want to play creative strats, but you don't want to go a little bit over the top here. So Leverage is pretty much, for the most part, keeping it meta. 3 Krons, 2 Sturvs, and a T100 LT to round things out. Definitely important to have your light tanks on this map. Vision is crucial. It's a very reaction-based map, because what typically ends up happening is one team, usually the team on AB side, ends up with the cap lead and bunkers down, and then the team from CD side has to kind of crack the fortress, and then the AB team kind of has to react as best as they can to it. That's what ends up happening if the game becomes longer paced. Typically, not always. And again, Canal is so great because there's so many different ways that it can be played, but generally that can happen that way. Good news, guys, I have 84 more channel points. W showed up. It's almost covered up. It was covered up. It was grouped together. Donda immediately pushing. Oh, okay. They're not going to mess around at all. MLE and IS-7 pushing right through. I thought the Yo and 60 TP were as well. Vader getting spotted, grabbing the B base. getting HE'd for a reset. No one else leverages in here. He's going to back out. He's not going to grab B. This is a lost cause, and they're not going to do it. Ooh, and Ranger gets into A briefly before Donda, but Donda's doubling it. Donda will take the cap lead here with the double cap. And yeah, Leverage is realizing this. They got 2 light tanks on the A side, so Donda will keep the cap lead. And kind of how I just said, the team with AB side taking an early cap lead, and it is up to Leverage to crack the fortress. They're going to try to get into this base, though. Getting into C is kind of the way to bypass it. And, oh my goodness, they hit him, but they bounced. And Lightmare's, he's got his balls of steel. He's just going to stay there. Does get reset, though. Easy 8 resetting the base in the last possible tick. He's going to keep shooting there, but he misses that one. Lightmare just sitting still. Oh, there's a little bit. Will he be reset this time? No. HE barely missing. And now, actually, the status has changed. Status quo has changed. Now it is Leverage with the cap lead. Not an always common thing. Donda did not make any attempt to grab B. Now, what's Yarrow going to do? I want to see what Yarrow is up to. He's kind of climbing a hill, taking his sweet time. The mountaineer man himself. He is one with nature, as evidenced by his green camouflage. By the way, does not look bad on this tank. I will not lie. And he's got a good amount of vision. That's a nice thing about Canal, is there are lots of very strong positions to take. So MJ getting lit. That might be why Donda didn't want to grab B. Maybe MJ was spotted. I didn't quite notice. But yeah, Donda's not going to have fun grabbing B, but they're straight up down a cap now, and they've got to make some sort of play. They are doing so, pinging back into their own spawn, and lots of Donda tanks are moving that way. They spot Adu there. Ranger is here as well. Ranger's got some vision. He spots Soma. Does not get lit himself. There he does. He does get lit. Soma puts in the shell. But what does Yarrow see? What does Yarrow see? What does this big green man see? Ranger is seeing red right now. He is taking lots of damage, but is Arturo going to overextend for the kill? That would be no buenos. I really want to see Yarrow hit some nutty stuff here, but nothing so far. I'll have to switch to his perspective quickly. Eventually, but Donda's bleeding Leverage out rather nicely, of course, with their shots on Ranger. Though Soma takes a hit. But Leverage is counter pushing. Ranger is once again returning to a similar position as before, but Leverage just keeps getting spotted. That Vickers is and Bat Chat are putting in that spotting work. And is Donda making a play on C? Now this is risky. You're not going to take C from Leverage. That doesn't work. They're all lined up in the corner here. It's not happening. Ranger has free shots. That's not happening. That's not worth it. The best bet is to try to take B. Why C? They're just bleeding out. Yamato's getting destroyed. Yeah, what? Why C? And he's dead. Ranger does get killed, so he was eventually spotted and killed. Fair enough. But why C? C's not the place. MJ's got a crossfire on Emmy. Emmy's in front of 2 serves, and Adu as well. Yeah, he's dead. MJ's got the kill here. I haven't seen Yarrow. If he might have put in a clip. It's hard for me to say. Didn't get to watch his perspective because I needed to zoom in on the C base, but like, what? That did not make sense. They didn't even grab the C base. They just lost 2 tanks. The B base was much easier to take, but now Easy 8 getting bled out by 2 Sturves. Oh my goodness. And they're grabbing B as well. No way. MJ's on B now. They have 3 bases. Yeah, this is a quick 3-0. Unfortunately, Donda, I love y'all, but this was not close. And so Leverage going to take it on 1,000 points there. I'm sorry, Shoto. RIP points. But congrats to Leverage making their case for a PYS 3 win here, as they will make themselves a spot in Grand Finals Man, I mean, good try from Donda, but I don't know what you were thinking trying to take C. That's yeah. Well, hopefully they'll be able to watch the stream back if they want, and kind of see exactly why that is such a big risk. Because you can just see everything has eyes on C. The entirety of the D side can shoot C. So yeah, tough. Anyway, I'm not trying to rip them too hard because, of course, at the end of the day, they had to make a decision, right? The pressure was on them, but ultimately it was the wrong decision, and I don't want to rip them too hard for that, so I'm not going to overstate it. Anyway, we are back with Grand Finals, Dinos, and Leverage. Let me set the scoreboard on up. Did I miss any alerts? I missed a follow or a subscription from Urex on YouTube. Welcome to the stream, Urex. Don't really know how to pronounce that, but I hope I didn't do it too bad. The maps for this set will be Wintermal for 1 and 2, so we've already seen these teams playing Wintermal. Naval Frontier for 3 and 4, and then Rockfield for a tiebreaker. I know Leverage loves Rockfield; they're good in Rockfield. But Wintermal, both of these teams have literally played each other on Wintermal for games 1 and 2 already, so will Leverage run the same stuff with 4 Sturves once again? We will find out. Will they have something new? Let's take a look at how the other brackets are doing. I haven't pulled them up yet, the stream, really, in a while. So let's take a look. Who's in the Grand Finals for every group, if it's come that far, for every group. Group 1. Evany took Origin to a tiebreaker. That's impressive. And now they're fighting again in Grands. Heated out in 4th place. Group 2, Joker, no problems. Not dropping a game to Q or to Jaja. Jaja destroying 4-4. This is a quick bracket. It's all been sweeps across the board. Group 3, mostly sweeps, not entirely though. 7 Clip, 4th place. 7 Rats in 3rd, and it's Ponda Naps. Despite Naps initially going down the loser's side, that was just because they fought Ponda initially. In Group 4, knocks over Reggie 3-2. Reggie's fighting Zaza right now. So Nox making their case to be a top team. You know, Reggie's been having really good brackets, but now they're facing some real opposition. And now Nox is finally getting winnable brackets. Good for them. This is their time to shine. This would be a huge win for them right now. This would, I don't know if it would put them in top 8, but it would put them very close to top 8. Good on you, Whale Eggs, and your team. Good job. You just got to close it out, though. Reggie and Zaza, whoever wins there, you got to close out. It was a close set, though. They are competitive. And obviously, here we are. Leverage 3-0 Donda. This was a 3-2. Donda Rival was a tiebreaker, so there is that. Didn't pull that up earlier. Anyway, I don't know if I can show yet. Oh, I can. Never mind. I definitely can. Dinos Leverage, the rematch. And we're starting on Wintermel, and Leverage is not running 4 Sturves. Kind of disappointing. Kind of disappointing, but they do have a lot of other tanks. Ronvons, they are running a light tank now. Ranger is here. Their main light tank player. Only 1 Sturve. IS-7, no surprise. That's what Nemo loves. A 60 TP and a 777. Dinos sticking hard with those 777, so 3 of them. A TVP, a T100. Looks like Leafy finally showing up. Did not see Leafy earlier. And a Kron Bomb. It's really great, a good Deconic. That's the thing, Shoto. You are sparking the economy. That's what you're doing, Shoto. You're jump-starting the economy, and I appreciate that. Shit, forget to select a winner. I can select one. Oh, no, he's good. He's good. Okay. I can select one if need be. But we're good. For Gore. Nice. Posture check. Oh, I do gotta sit up. Thank you, Mona. Well, here we go, y'all. Game 1. Dinos leverage. This is a big one. Dinos loses us. I mean, their run for top 8 will be rocky. They have not yet won any PYS Day 2s, and that will put them back, ultimately, by a good amount of channel points. I said channel points. Cups. Channel points, man. I'm in a streaming mindset right now. Oh my goodness. Dinos going aggressively with that A-cap. I like that. Leafy not spotting anything immediately, so Dino's taking a quick decision to get in the base. But ooh, Giga took a big hit initially. AD with that cross shot. Really good stuff. But we are seeing a quick C-cap here from Leverage. Reactively doubling that one up. So the points are close. Not a huge deal right now, but Leverage not quite cornering themselves into C just yet. They've got plenty of tanks lined up in their own spawn. You definitely don't want to corner yourself in C too much because you just give up a lot of map control. It makes it very difficult to fight elsewhere, but it is getting some good spots over here. Tan Dartronics both lit, so Leverage has good knowledge of what's going on, but it could take some TVP hits here. Ray's putting in a couple. Kind of hard to hit all of them at this distance, especially the fact that the 60 TP is a very well armored heavy tank, and the TVP, of course being a medium tank, does not have very good pen. But I really like what 707 has done here. He's bought some real estate for Leverage, pushing all the way up to the common anchor spot that the south spawn uses. This is a very common position to prevent the north spawn from pushing through C, but 707 has preemptively taken that position himself. He's actually going to be right around Burby here. Oh boy, there could be some tension building right here. Giga and Ray's lined up behind 707, but I don't see anything occurring there anytime soon. Looks like Dinos wants to try to break through into Leverage's spawn, but Leverage has 3 tanks, in fact, lined up there, and they're all very strong defensive tanks. 2 Kronvons and a 60. I think, is MJ just trying to hide at this point? No, he's crossfiring into B. He's the B reset. Okay. Creative. I like that. He's in a position that can both reset B and defend their own spawn if need be. And he's hiding from getting spotted. That's what I thought he was initially doing, is just trying to keep his position concealed, which is an intelligent play. But it doesn't look like that was MJ's primary goal here. But Dinos is still rotating around. They've got the cap lead, so they don't really need to push through. And what makes me concerned here is that they're entirely spread out. They've got 1 tank in their spawn, a couple tanks in mid, couple tanks in Leverage's spawn. They don't need to be. Really, the only thing they need to do is kind of prevent B from being capped, and they're good. But they're spread out here, and Leverage could eventually push one place. Dinos will have to be able to consolidate rather quickly, and their tanks aren't horrible for that. 777, IS7, T100, TVP, they're all quick-ish. So they can get together eventually, but you know, Leverage will have some time to unload those Kronvon clips, which are very scary. It looks like, oh my goodness, so we're seeing a push from Dinos here. Despite being up on the caps, they're pushing anyway. They do not care. And in come both of the Kronvons, and Dinos are realizing, okay, maybe this wasn't a good idea. They're back in Darktronics out. They're back in Tan out. He's taking a lot of damage here. And Leverage is up about 2,000 hit points at this point, and they're grabbing the B base. They are grabbing the B base, so now actually Dinos does have to push. Maybe they were doing it, that's what prompted the push. I might have missed it. But Leverage has 3 tanks here, but Dinos has 4. They're coming in with the T100 LT to farm out Yarrow. But Yarrow's turning towards the T100 instead. MJ picking off Tan. We're at 900 points here. And Burby could fall as well to Leverage. Arctic picking up that. Kill 940 points once again. Ranger's going to farm out Giga Notosaurus. And Dinos does have the tank advantage here. They're going to have to pick off Edu quickly, though. Leafy got to go for the kill here. 995, 1,000. Missed the kill on Edu. Didn't go for the kill, and unfortunately, that means that they're going to drop the first game prematurely to cap. They were down on the tanks and they were up on the tanks, down on the hit points, but it was definitely still a game that they could have won, but not prioritizing the kill there, giving leverage that win. Pickle bet all 94k, bro. That's insane. If I lose all my points I've accumulated for a year, you're gonna be angry, bro. You're insane. Why is the prediction still going on though? The prediction should be ending before the set begins. Everyone who's, mods, in the future when you're making your predictions, make it so the prediction ends before the set starts. Alright? Just try to do that more in the future. Don't want people betting while the game's still going on. That is a little sussy. Anyway, that's not the important thing. The important thing is focusing on the gameplay here. And now, Dinos is making an even crazier lineup. 2 TVPs. The TVPs are what did leverage in last time. And lots of 60 TPs as well. Okay. They're going alpha damage here. No, not double TVP. Interesting. Don't know what their idea is here. This is not a map where you tend to see... No, they are. They're just switching Burby into it. Okay. I'm getting a team invite for the tournament. I'm kind of in the middle of a tournament stream, Minnie. Sorry. But no light tank from Dinos. Instead of rocking 2 TVPs, which fits that role just fine. Leverage once again busting at the Demon Harbor. This time 3 Sturbs. They're starting to bring the Sturb strats back out, but an MLE in the mix instead this time. Boring Pickle, I can't believe you just bet all of your points, man. That's crazy. That is insane. Well, here we go. Game 2 beginning in Dinos. Quick drive through the middle? What are the IS-7s doing? Leverage mostly committing C. Couple tanks through the middle as well, but through the middle down low. I want to know what this IS-7 strat is. What is going on here? They're going directly into the dip from up top. Trying to see if they wanted to catch anyone from leverage in the dip. But instead, Darktronic's taking a little bit extra time and he's going to bleed for it. Aggressive opening play from Dinos. And their TVPs are getting spotted on the other side of them. What's going on? What is the plan here? They're cooking something. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to understand it. I don't yet understand it. But leverage is already rotating back. Their Sturvs, all 3 of them are right behind the MLEs. What's the plan? The rest of Dinos is far back. They're all way back, in fact. They're waiting to see something poke through the middle. Tantan's bleeding a lot. Darktronics is bleeding a lot. Emily is definitely a better tank in this situation here. Being hauled down behind that little ridge. What's the plan? Dinos aren't pushing. In fact, they're doing the opposite. They're spreading out even further behind those IS-7s. They're dispersing themselves. The TVPs are going around here. They're going to try something, but they're just going to get caught out by the Sturvs. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, no. Dinos thought that they had something going here. They're caught. They are caught. They're caught. Uh-oh. Look at that. Look at all that DPM going right into Burby. Burby's done. Burby is no longer there. Raze is no longer there. Leverage with the counter push, and Leafy and Akame are just on the other side of the map doing whatever. I mean, Leafy's kind of flanking another way, but Leverage incredibly clever with their spawn trap play there. I like that a lot. That was really pretty, and that worked out incredibly well. Dinos probably not even going to be able to get the kill on Yarrow here. No, Tantan falls. Giga's just getting himself tracked at this point, and yeah, Leverage... Incredible adaptation there, and they're going to take this one very handily. And uh-oh. Uh-oh to Mr. Boring Pickle. He's quaking in his boots here. And Kame's not even... is he taking a 1v1 with Ranger here? I don't know what's been going on, but Ranger's kind of destroying him right now. And he's the only one left alive. Ranger should be able to pick this one up. I don't see why he wouldn't. And that was not a close game. That was the least close game of all of them. Although maybe that Castile one, but Leverage is up 2-0. They're not messing around now. Also, James is here. What's up, Mr. James? Good to have you. Manually ended before they started. Okay, fair. I appreciate it. On my screen, it looked like they were still going on, but maybe there's something wonky here. Well, RIP James, he's been timed out. But yeah, the next map, Naval. Dinos is really gonna have to shape up here. This is do or die for them. I shouldn't say do or die because they're not like out of it. If they do well in PYS 4, they could still make top 8, but they don't have that security right now. Leverage has security. They've won every single day so far. Dinos is not. They lose this one. I mean, it could start to look a little bit scary. They might not be too bad because all the other teams that are winning their groups have mostly won a group before, but you know, you do want to have security here. At the end of the day, you know, you always want to win every set that you can, right? So, well, that's not really saying a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of like insightful knowledge that I imparted on you all with that statement. But they're running another creative strat here, double EO on Naval. And leverages too. Yos are apparently meta on Naval Frontier in particular. Very similar lineups for both teams with T100, Sturv, Kron. No IS-7 for Dinos. Instead of rocking an IS-4. Now that's the debate of the century. IS-7 or IS-4, guys. Argue in the chat. I command you. Shit is a bad influence. Man. I'm impressed you did it, Pickle. Especially considering you did it on Dinos. Leverage is the team. Leverage is a 2-time champion. I don't know, Pickle, I don't know how long you've been watching, but when I first started streaming tournaments, Leverage won 2 tournaments. They beat Joker twice. They're a good team, and I'm surprised you bet that many points against them. Yo, Lulu's here, Asura's here. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you all. This is Game 3, Leverage and Dinos. Although Dinos did defeat Leverage previously today in a tiebreaker set, this one is so far not incredibly close. But looks like Dinos is trying to take a quick C cap. And the double Krons from Leverage are going to try to stop it, as well as the IS-7. Yeah, they're both sitting on the base together. Look at these cuties. This IS-7 versus IS-4 debate, and they're both just chilling right next to each other. They're like, hi, how are you? I'm good, how are you? But 707, a little bit of a better position here. I just think that's just it's not 707 being better, it's just the spawns, I'm pretty sure. North spawn is a bit of a better claim, but not by much. But Flossie trying to get for a crossfire shot. He does put one into 707, getting that reset, and it was looking like 707. It was about to grab the base, but not quite able to do so. But where the Yos lined up for Dinos? Dinos Yos both in the middle of the map with the double shots. In fact, it looks like the same for Leverage. Yeah, both lined up in the center, but MJ has the 3-shot gun, so slightly different there. But Dinos is getting bled, Leverage is getting bled. But we've got Lightmare all the way on the A side, along with Ranger. They've taken control of the A side of the map. Dinos doesn't really have any strong claims on any section of the map in particular. They have like a couple tanks supporting Tan on the C base, but right now it looks like 707 is just doing much better. Although he does back off the pace slightly, but Leverage is starting to put those extra shots in, although the hit points are still incredibly close. Not a whole lot of progress being made, although Dinos is starting to move towards A, but Akame's bled half of his hit points in that movement. Yara with his double shot yo putting in some quick shells. I'm surprised to see that Yara's running the intra-clip consumable with the double shot yo. That's not really that helpful, I would say, when you have the double shot. But looks like Leverage, despite having great control of the A side initially, is now rotating all the way to C. Tantan was able to grab the base, incredibly, despite 707 initially having better control over it. But entirety of Leverage is rotated around. You can see they're all right here. They completely abandoned A, and Akame's all the way over there wondering, like, what's going on? But he's just going to be kind of out of the fight for a while. We'll just see if he can put in shots across the map. He steps in the base, and this might be the prompt that Leverage needs to make a play. No, Ranger's going to try to go for a reset. He spots Akame. Bounces the shot, though. And Dinos gets the base. Dinos just straight up takes the base from him. Interesting. And 707's not looking too good. Will Burby get the kill? The H leaves him 707 on 7 hit points. Wow, talk about lucky number. That's incredible. But Dinos does have both bases. Will it come down to caps, though? Hard to say. Ooh, Leafy took big hits there. Uh-oh. And Leafy, who was trying to push Ranger out, is now potentially caught himself. Although, 707 does fall himself. Uh-oh, and Ranger's proxied. Yeah, Leafy's not surviving this. He does go down. He got lit on fire. Unlucky there. He wasn't able to put in that second shot that he otherwise would have. But still, 2 bases for Dinos, and they are equal on the tanks and the caps. So overall, even though it's a very close game, very tense, Dinos has a very good chance of winning this one. Leverage only up slightly, but how are they going to stop the bases is the question. They can make some sort of rotational play. And it looks like it's going to be Ranger making a play here. He's on 900 points, though. He's going to try to get around Akame. Oh, look at this. Oh, he's going to get around Akame. What's Akame doing? He's turning around just in time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Rip Ranger. 1, 2. Ranger is now low. He's going to be able to put shots into Akame, and Akame's going to drop down. Yarrow not looking for the kill, though. But no, Akame has to drop here. And Yarrow did unload his clip, and Ranger falls to Burby cross map. And since Yarrow already unloaded his clip, Akame actually will be able to put in those shots first. Lightmare will stop A, though. And they grab B as well. Over on the other side of the map here, how is this engagement doing? Looks like Akame does fall inside of B, but down goes Arctic. But MJ's going to chase down Burby with his yo. Does get that kill. It's incredibly close now. But 900 points for Dinos. They're still going to be winning this one on the bases. Even though Leverage has 2, they're only at 400 points. But it's an intense 3v3. Giga's kind of surrounded, though, and MJ's going to go for a play in on him here. But Giga gets the Coppola snipe for the kill, 970 points. Yarrow drives in, he unloads the clip, so it's 930 points now. But Dinos is still winning on the caps. It's a 2-on-2 Flossie and Darktronics. Neither of them are very well, or I shouldn't say Flossie isn't very well armored, but neither of these tanks from Leverage are, and they have to drive into C anyway. Will Flossie be able to put shots into Yarrow? Does put that one in. Darktronics trying to hide as best he can from Lightmare, but Flossie cannot let Yarrow take this base. He's on 1100 hit points. He can take the hits here, but you can't let Yarrow grab this base. He does take it. Dinos only needs a kill here. And Flossie does pick it up on Lightmare. Dinos takes the win. What a close game. Wow. Coming right down to the wire, but barely on the cap points. I shouldn't say barely on the cap points, barely on the kill. As Dinos was dominating cap for most of that game. But great setup there for Dinos. Oh, what's up, Rose? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Is your group over? Great to have you in here. Thanks for stopping by. We've got a great set here. Dinos beat Leverage in the previous set. Oops, that's actually accidentally minimized. Dinos did beat Leverage before. Leverage was up 2-0 in this set, but we could see a comeback here. All it takes is one good map, right? Leverage had a better Winter Mel, but if Dinos has a better Naval, then it goes to a tiebreaker. Spawn swap, and Dinos is running a 113. Not a tank you normally expect to see, but they've got one. pulling a Donda. What's up, Milo? Welcome. Leverage. Now I have custom clan logo in game. They don't come out yet. I don't know. What's up, not Cam? That's not a bug. If you're signed up for the PYS, you cannot play the other tournaments. That's not a bug. That's normal. Not a bug. But, yeah, sorry to hear that you weren't able to play today. That's just how it is. Naps beat Honda. Wow, okay. I'm going to have to check out the brackets after this. Sounds like we've got some really good groups today. Anyway, here's game 4. This is an intense one. Dinos needs to execute here. They need to keep up the momentum that they drew from that past game. Flossie and Darktronics, the 2 tanks that clutched up in the end, still in their same tanks. They're feeling themselves. But we've got double MLE from Dinos. No light tank this time, 1 TVP. In Ranger, of course, always in his trusty light tank for leverage. Despite there being 4 Yoas last game, there's only 1 this game. It's Yarrow, who was in a double shot last time, and it looks like he's in a double shot again. I can't really tell. But we got quite the lineups from both teams. I'm especially surprised by the 113. And yeah, Yarrow, where is he? He is running the double shot. Okay. And where do both teams head? Leverage, primarily towards C. Sturvin Kronvon covering up top instead of double Kronvon. Ranger with the mid spots. Burby with the mid spots. And all of Dinos is mostly committed towards the A side. They do get lit though. Ranger, of course, in the T100 getting that useful spotting out. But Dinos should be able to grab the A base. However, 707 quickly grabbing C. This is a great early game advantage for leverage. Being able to grab the cap without any contest here. The A base is significantly harder to grab for free. Ranger has spots on Flossie. He's just going to put in that shot last second and back out. And Yarrow with the double shot as well. That's 1200 damage for Flossie. That hurts. Ranger almost puts in another, but he's tracked Flossie. Flossie's perma-tracked. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now Ranger doesn't have the reload to perma him, so he's able to sneakily get his way out, but that's still big. That's a lot of advantage that leverage has gained. They've already worked back the hit point deficit that they started off with. And now they also have, you know, a base. That's huge. Dinos is not able to grab a base yet. The points are not within 80 of each other, so leverage is up by more than 1 kill. And Dinos is still not able to grab A. Is Tantan going to try to take it from the other side? Ranger's not in a position to reset anymore, although he could easily get back into that reset position very quickly, you know. It's a T100. It does it quickly, and yep. Tantan steps into A this time. No, Ranger's not going to go for the reset, instead trying to put one into a Kame. He's going to trap a Kame without the ability to leave without taking a hit himself. They will finally give Dinos the cap. But leverage is actually going to be pushing right into A instead. Okay. They're aggressing, but in fact, Lightmare's taken a lot of hits himself unnecessarily. He was hoping to catch Flossie in the base, but instead he caught Tantan, and Tantan much healthier. And Lightmare will go down, so a bit of an overextension here from leverage, and Dinos is actually going to bring a Kame right on back. And Yarrow's taken some big hits as well. Burby put in a full TVP clip before Yarrow could join the engagement. Down goes Lightmare in the A-base, although Tantan's quite low himself. He will likely fall to Arctic. We'll be able to put in a shot before Adu puts in the kill. Is Adu looking for the kill? No, he's not. Arctic gets it instead. Good saving of that extra alpha damage. And the points are in favor of leverage. They're stopping the A-base as well, although Arctic could get pushed by Giga and Flossie. Yet Flossie will put in that, Giga will put in that big shot. And Arctic taking another big hit here. Dinos will hold on to the A-base. They're actually bleeding out Adu instead. Is Adu permatracked? No, he's not permatracked. But Akame having that 113 DPM, no, bouncing that shot. That's a big bounce, but Dark Trunks should be able to pick up the kill. No, Flossie does. And Arctic's going to die as well. And now we're going to see a 6-on-4 here. 6-on-4, and the hit points pretty close to even. Sorry, what am I looking at this point? Ranger. Ranger's what I'm looking at here. He's got to get himself out of here, but we've got a full clip from a TVP coming right on in, and Ranger's going to get himself killed as well. Flossie going for a ram. And Leafy by himself is holding off 2 tanks for leverage and buying so much time. Yarrow falling in the other side, and leverage had an advantage, but it's gone now. It's a 5-on-2. 5-on-2. They overextended into A there. They thought they were going to catch Flossie off guard and pick up a quick kill. But instead, it was Tan full health in the IS-7. They weren't expecting it, and they got picked right off. That was their mistake there. That's what lost them that game. Shouldn't say lost it yet because it's not over, but it's not looking particularly pretty. They were in Blitz Cup once. They were. They're 2-time champions. Man. And now Pickle's feeling good about this. Pickle was quaking in his boots. Now he's feeling good. Damn, James got timed out again. That's what he expects at this point. But annoying gives everyone else a chance. Yeah, that's just how it is. Anyway, I should not be reading chat right now. 707 does get picked. MJ will put his clip into Giga, but he's just putting his gun in the air. Dang. And we're forcing a tiebreaker, y'all. It's tiebreaker time. MJ spins the turret, giving them a quicker win. And here we go, y'all. What a set this is turning out to be. What's up, T-Dub? They don't take it away. They got 4th. They don't get it for 4th. Right, but Leverage won. They won 2 seasons, though. But it wasn't a Blitz Cup. That's right. It wasn't a Blitz Cup. Right. I forgot. Yeah. They won 2 seasons, but they weren't the Blitz Cup seasons. You're right. Makes sense. Anyway, here we are with the tiebreaker. It's getting intense. Everyone's here right now. 50 on YouTube, 45 on Twitch. That's massive. It all comes down to this. Will Dinos pull off another upset today? And this one being a reverse sweep at that. Also, by the way, I need to switch back. I want to see how that 113 did. I did not expect it to go well. But yeah, Akame did really well. 2.6. And of course, Burby on top TVP. That tank's busted. But 113 worked. I just wanted to check that out. But Rockfield, y'all, this is a map that Leverage has played a lot very well. I always see Leverage on this map. They tend to do quite well. And they usually run similar lineups, or sorry, similar strats each time. They usually go A, they put 707 right into the bunker. T100 LT on the other side of the map, but they're not doing that this game. Incredibly, they do not have a light tank. Ranger's running an IS-7 as well. Double Sturv, double Kron. And no light tank from Dinos either, but they're rocking concepts. Okay. Battle of the Collectors this game is turning out to be. Sturvs, concepts, 777s. There's no MLEs. But here we go, y'all. Kronvons as well. There's plenty of those. All comes down to this. Dinos with the north spawn, Leverage with south, but it's a pretty symmetrical map. A great one to have a tiebreaker on. And let's see how it goes. Increase the price of the timeout. I've already increased it once. I might do it again. James barely gets to chat at all. Pretty much gets instantly muted every time he shows up. Well, here we go, y'all. Game 7. What is the play? No light tanks on this map, surprisingly, from both teams. No crazy boost strats, but it looks like Dinos committing C. Leverage with the full A. I mean, you do tend to see them A, that's the strat, but this time they're not running any light tanks, they're not splitting. 707 is going directly towards the A base. And Tantan actually getting spotted out in the middle here. And Giga's taking a hit as well. Did he get blind fired? There's no way Giga's been lit so far, has he? Did he get blind fired? That would be hilarious. Tantan is spotting in the middle, and Dinos does take the base lead. Ranger the one grabbing A, but Dinos barely missing their HE resets, so Dinos only slightly up on the bases, but Leverage is all lined up here. A couple tanks in their own spawn, of course, but all lined up on the A side. And will bleed. He's in the middle of the map, and he's kind of stuck up bush there, making it a little awkward. He is a little stuck. It'll only take like a hit or two to get out. Oops, and MJ getting spotted. No, he's not getting shot, though, so Leverage still at full health. And remember, people who are playing this game right now, please don't spoil in the chat after the game is over, because the stream will still be watching even if the game is over in real time. I know a lot of you are here. Looks like Dino's starting to make moves towards the center. It's going to be Tantan getting himself out. Does take an extra big hit there from 707 in B. But the point here is that Dinos can try to defend B from Leverage. They have the cap lead now. If they can deny Leverage the opportunity to take the center base, that will be better for them to hold on to that cap advantage. And now both teams are spread out on opposite sides of the map. And check out the mini-map right here. They're just on opposite sides. Only one tank in the center for each team. Very spread out. No moves being made quite yet. The tension is only building. 3 minutes have passed. 600 cap points for both teams. Tantan 707 still firing at each other, and we will finally see Leverage make a move into the B base. He is. Burby's going to try to go for resets. Will Leverage be able to prevent Burby from getting resets? No, Burby misses the shot. 707 should be able to grab the base here unless Tantan can get something, but he doesn't. 707 gets the base just in time. And yes, he's bleeding a bit for it, but now it's on Dinos to make a push, and they're not ready to make a push. All they do is spotting them out in their own spawn. Darktronics and Flossie are going to have to push through a lot of fire. MJ with his shots, Hadu with his. Things are starting to fall apart here a bit, but 707's been bled quite a bit as well. And despite all the bleeding going on right now, Leverage is still down a lot on the hit points. And Dinos is starting to make their move in here. Akame driving in, but uh-oh. Leverage with the potential counter push, but instead Ranger taking some big hits. 870 points here for Leverage. Dinos needs to make a play. And in fact, it's Lightmare getting completely bled out here. Burby getting the kill. Points are starting to swing a little bit. Giga driving all the way up into the A base, trying to stop that one. Akame stopping B. Things are close, but Leverage has a ton less hit points here. It's a 2,000 hit point difference, but they will pick up the kill on Giga here in just a moment. And they're not going to be able to stop Ranger. That's going to be 930 points here for Leverage, but Dinos did stop A. They're going to be able to pick up the kill on 707 down in the center. And it's 930 points here for Dinos. Leafy's on high hit points. Ranger just trying to hide as long as he can. Burby's quite low, but it doesn't look like Leverage is going to be able to get a kill on them. It's 980 points now, 990, and Dinos takes it with 1,000 points. They pull off the upset, reverse sweeping Leverage in the grand finals for PYS, getting their first win for a group. Huge reverse sweep clutch there for Dinos. Boring Pickle, incredibly happy right now. Holy cow. And the intensity of this set was incredible, coming down all the way down to the last game. And Dinos with an incredible counter push through their own spawn. Leverage wasn't ready for it. And despite Giga, not being able to accomplish much on A, he did turn several of Leverage's tanks long enough for Dinos to push right through B, get those kills, and they take it. Congratulations, everyone, Dinos, for your win. Leverage, y'all put up great fights. These were some incredible tiebreaker sets to watch today. and I'm very glad that I got to watch you. But wow, what an incredible set. That's got to be the last one, right? There's no others going on right now. Let's check out the rest of the groups. Wow. Great set there. Whew. How are the other groups? Origin defeats Evany 3-1. They continue their undefeated streak. Joker beating Jaja 3-0. Pure sweeps across the board for this group. That's crazy. Joker continuing their dominant streak. They may take the win rate back here. They might be on top after this. Naps takes it over Ponda 3-1. We did see this in the chat earlier, but that's crazy. What an incredible set. Hold on 1 second here. Sorry, taking care of that. Here, James, how about this? You can help out over there. Sorry, trying to deal with some interesting chat messages here. But anyway, going back to the brackets. Naps did take it over Ponda, so very good job to Naps. That's Ponda's first loss, so their undefeated streak is now broken. And Nox takes... Reggie gets third. Reggie's undefeated streak breaks to Zaza, and Nox takes it. There's no way. Nox has got to be in top 8 now. And Reggie dropping... Not only in dropping a set, but they're in third this day. Yikes. Wow. Let's go. Yeah, I can see everyone in chat is now wrecked. That's incredible. And then, of course, this set. Dinos with 2 big wins over Leverage. That's awesome. Pickle's incredibly happy. Let's go. GG's, everyone. Oof. What a set. This has been a great tournament so far, y'all. I hope you're enjoying this. It's incredible. I'm going to definitely have to watch Rose's stream for this. Nox beating Zaza, Zaza beating Reggie. This is great. Now, unfortunately, the scoreboard doesn't usually update for a while. Because you can still see that Joker, Origin, Leverage, Ponda, Reggie are all tied here. This is going to take a while, so it will be a while. But yeah. Incredible. So Reggie, I don't know if they'll drop out of top 8. They may. They may. They may drop out. I think Nox might replace Reggie in top 8. I think they will. So that's tough for Reggie. But yeah, that's that. I don't know what else to show, but that was a great set. I hope that you guys all enjoyed it. And thank you all for being here. It's been incredible, the amount of support that I got today. It's been awesome. Thank you again to Shota for all the subs. Nasir with the sub. Sally Buis, Erex for the follows. Otis with his sub as well. And yeah, if you are not familiar with me, my name is 34. I am NA's English competitive streamer. And I have been covering every day of this tournament so far. Should be able to continue covering every day. I don't see any interruptions in the near future with my schedule, so hopefully would love to have you around the ride with me. And yeah, that's about it. If you haven't joined my Discord yet, you should join my Discord. We hang out there quite a bit. It's a good time, and great community that we've got cooking there. But that's going to be it for me. So if you are on Twitch, I'm going to be raiding out starting now. So good to have you all with me. If you're watching as a video, well, this is the end. Yeah, we're going to call this one here because there's not really a whole lot else to show, but great sets today. Tomorrow will not be streaming, so Friday no stream, but Saturday we will pick up with PYS 4. Don't know who I'm following, so don't spam me in the DMs asking who I'm following because I don't know. But yeah, great sets today, and we'll see you at the next one, I suppose. So yeah, as always, stay safe, happy tanking.